Welcome to this Flash tutorial by Avi Luxemburg. This tutorial will be animating with keyframes. Now, although animating using keyframes is not the most efficient way to animate, it helps us understand and practice how to use layers, keyframes, and generally manipulate movies. In this tutorial, we'll attempt to pour some milk. We begin by having the movie pause at the beginning before animating. We do this by selecting the timeline frames and inserting a frame. So we're selecting the frames and clicking F5 on your keyboard to insert blank frames. Now, in order to move forward in the time, we make changes to future frames. We need to insert a keyframe. We're going to click and insert a keyframe in the bottle layer because the bottle is what's going to move first. Insert timeline, select keyframe. And now we will move the bottle up a little bit. There's a shortcut key on your keyboard to inserting keyframes. It's F6. So if I click F6, it inserts another keyframe. I'll continue to add keyframes and move the bottle upward. At this point, I should begin to tilt the bottle. I do this by clicking on the freeform tool and rotating the bottle slightly. As I continue to add F6, moving forward in time, I tilt the bottle and raise it. Please notice the majority of my bottle is outside of my movie. I'm now going to click on the milk layer and begin to draw the milk pouring out. So the areas that are outside of that light blue color, or that are in the gray area, are not in my movie. And the reason I did this was because I found it difficult to have the milk going down on the milk at the same time in the bottle. So I cheated. So here again, I'm inserting keyframes in the milk layer by clicking F6 and having milk being added each time to the glass. Notice that the milk layer is above. Notice that the milk layer is below the glass layer, so that when I actually paint the milk on there, it's going behind the glass. Remembering that whatever layer is below is behind. It's time to stop the bottle from pouring, so I'm back into the bottle layer. I insert F6 for a new keyframe, and I'll begin to tilt the bottle back, stopping the flow of milk. And back to the milk layer to erase some of the pouring milk. I'll also need to add a bit of milk as we go, giving it the sense that the milk is still pouring in. And I'm now going to go back and forth between the milk and the bottle layer, tilting the bottle backwards more, eliminating more of the pouring milk, and finishing off the milk that's in the glass. Now it's time to go back to the bottle layer and simply begin to set the bottle down. Some of you may be wondering at this point a couple of things perhaps. Number one, why there's a picture of a bull on the bottle of milk. Since bulls don't produce milk, it's the cows that do so. I don't really have an answer for that. Another thing you might be wondering about is why is the bottle still full of milk? I do have an answer for that. I forgot to empty it while I was animating it, and well, that's all I have to say at this time. Let's view the animation by clicking Control, Test Movie. That's the end of our demo. Now you try animating with keyframes. Make sure that you have a separate layer for each object and background and foreground of your movie, and animate things separately in their own separate layers. Good luck.